Hey everyone, welcome back to Rocky Watches Movies. Ever wondered what happened to the Bond girls of the Sean Connery era? These glamorous, dangerous and unforgettable actresses stole 007's heart, battled him toe-to-toe and made some of the most iconic moments in cinema history. So let's find out what went on after the cameras stopped rolling. Ursula Andress achieved instant stardom as Honey Rider in Dr. No, emerging from the sea in her white bikini to become one of cinema's most iconic moments. The role earned her a Golden Globe and cemented her as the ultimate Bond girl. Her success led to a string of international productions opposite Hollywood's biggest stars. She played alongside Elvis Presley in Fun in Acapulco from 1963, George Peppard and James Mason in The Blue Max from '66, and reprised her Bond girl charm with a twist in the 1967 spoof Casino Royale, portraying Vesper Lynd. Later, she appeared as Aphrodite in Clash of the Titans from 1981, adding mythological glamour to her filmography. Fluent in multiple languages and known for her cosmopolitan lifestyle, Andress shared relationships with actors Jean-Paul Belmondo and Harry Hamlin, with whom she had a son. She gradually stepped back from acting after the 1990s, and now aged 89, she remains an enduring symbol of 1960s cinematic allure and the benchmark for every Bond girl who followed. Eunice Gayson played Sylvia Trench, the sophisticated gambler who first meets James Bond in a London casino in Dr. No from 1962. Her teasing introduction, Trench, Sylvia Trench, led to Bond's immortal reply, Bond, James Bond. She reprised the role in From Russia with Love from 1963, making her the only woman to appear as the same Bond girl in more than one of the early films. Before her Bond fame, Gayson was already an established actress. She starred opposite Peter Cushing in Hammer's gothic hit The Revenge of Frankenstein from 1958, and was a regular face on British television throughout the 60s and 70s, appearing in The Saint opposite future 007 Roger Moore, as well as The Avengers and Danger Man. Her stage career flourished too, with notable performances in The Sound of Music, playing the elegant Baroness Schrader, and in Stephen Sondheim's Into the Woods during the 1990s. In her personal life, she was twice married and had one daughter, Kate Gayson, who later appeared in GoldenEye from 1995. Eunice continued to embrace her Bond legacy at fan events for decades, remembered warmly as the woman who gave the world the first Bond James Bond. She sadly died in 2018, aged 90. Martine Beswick earned her place in Bond history twice, first as Zora, the other spirited gypsy fighter in From Russia with Love, and later as Paula Kaplan, Bond's loyal ally in Thunderball from 1965. Few actresses have played two distinct roles in the franchise, and both showcased her strong screen presence. Born in Jamaica and raised in London, Beswick began as a model before moving into acting. She went on to appear in Hammer classics such as 1 Million Years BC from 1966 opposite Raquel Welch, and Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde from 1971, where she took on the challenging dual role of Hyde herself, a bold twist on the traditional horror tale. She also appeared in 2 episodes of The $6 Million Man alongside Lee Majors. In later years, Beswick became a beloved guest at film conventions and horror festivals, earning introduction into the Monster Kid Hall of Fame in 2019. Her career bridging Bond glamour and Hammer horror made her a cult favourite across genres. Daniela Bianchi portrayed Tatiana Romanova, the naive Soviet cipher clerk manipulated into seducing Bond in From Russia with Love. Her graceful performance, dubbed for the film by another actress due to her Italian accent, made her one of the most memorable Bond girls of the early series. Bianchi's acting career began after she was crowned Miss Universo Italia from 1960 and placed as first runner-up at Miss Universe. She appeared in a string of European films, including Operation Kid Brother from 1967, a Bond parody co-starring Sean Connery's brother, Neil Connery. She retired from acting around 1970 after marrying Genoan shipping magnate Alberto Camelli, with whom she had a son. Shirley Eaton became an instant icon as Jill Masterson in Goldfinger from 1964, the ill-fated beauty who betrays the villain and meets her end covered entirely in gold paint. Her dazzling image became one of the most famous in the entire Bond series. Eaton had already enjoyed success in British film and television before Bond, appearing in comedies such as Doctor in the House from 54 and Carry On Sergeant from 58. Following Goldfinger, she starred in 10 Little Indians from 1965 and Around the World Under the Sea from 1966, both of which enjoyed solid box office success. By 1969, Eaton decided to retire from acting to focus on her family, at the height of her fame. In later years, she became a popular guest at film conventions and published an autobiography, reflecting fondly on her time as one of Bond's most unforgettable leading ladies. Honor Blackman portrayed Pussy Galore in Goldfinger, the confident, no-nonsense leader of Goldfinger's all-female flying circus. Skilled, stylish and independent, she broke new ground for Bond women by matching wits and punches with 007 himself. Before taking on the role, Blackman had already made television history as Kathy Gale in The Avengers from 1962 to 64. Where her judo skills and leather outfits helped redefine the image of women on television. After Bond, she continued to enjoy a successful career in film and TV, appearing in Shalako from 1968 with Connery once again, and later in The Cat and the Canary from 1978. In her later years, she starred in the British sitcom The Upper Hand, and delighted new audiences with appearances in Bridget Jones's Diary from 2001 and soap opera Coronation Street. Blackman remained active on stage well into her 80s and is remembered as one of the most sophisticated and commanding actresses to ever join the Bond canon. Blackman died from natural causes in 2020, aged 94. Nadja Regin made 2 appearances in the Bond series. First as the mistress of MI6's Kerim Bey in From Russia with Love, and later as Bonita in Goldfinger. Her memorable opening scene performance as the seductive dancer who distracts Bond before an assassination attempt set the tone for one of the series' most famous pre-title sequences. Born in Serbia, Regin studied acting and literature before moving to Britain in the 1950s. She worked steadily in film and television, appearing in series such as Danger Man and The Benny Hill Show. She also starred in films like Downfall from 1964, building a reputation as an elegant and versatile performer. After retiring from acting in the 1970s, she co-founded a publishing company and later wrote fiction under her own name. Regin passed away in 2019 at the age of 87. Fondly remembered for her grace, intelligence, and her rare distinction as one of the few actresses to appear in 2 different Bond adventures. Aliza Gur brought fiery intensity to the role of Vida, one of the 2 gypsy women locked in a memorable fight scene in From Russia with Love from 1963. A former Miss Israel from 1960 and Miss Universe semi-finalist, Gur parlayed her beauty pageant fame into an acting career in Hollywood. She appeared in popular series such as Burke's Law, Get Smart, and The Big Valley, often cast as an exotic or mysterious beauty. On film, she starred alongside Jack Palance in the adventure Killer Dragon from 1967 and joined Mike Henry in Tarzan and the Jungle Boy from 1968, one of the last of the classic Tarzan films. By the 1970s, Gur had stepped away from acting to focus on her personal life. Now aged 85, she has been married and divorced twice. So, which Bond girl was your favourite from this bunch? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget there are still plenty more of Connery's Bond girls to cover, so check out part 2 soon to see what happened to the rest of them. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.